ሰማችኋል?
ይሰማናል።
Okay. Let us continue our discussion. For today, we will discuss about equation involving square roots. Okay. So before we will try to see what by mean an equation involving square roots, let me remember you about linear equation, because already you learned about linear equation on grade 7 and on in your lower level grades. Any equation written in the form ax plus b is equal to 0 is considered as a linear equation. And there is a restriction under this equation. A and b are an element of rational number, the first restriction, and also this A must be different from 0. So any equation satisfying this condition is called a linear equation. When we come to an equation involving square root equation, this one is, remember, a linear equation. This one is a linear equation. Just to connect with the point, let us back to the equation that involve square root or square root equation simply. So any equation that can be written in the form by your level, by the form the square root of x plus b is equal to m can be considered as an equation involving square root, or you can say square root equation. Also, there is a restriction under this condition. So the restriction, the first restriction must be this m must be an element of any rational number, m. And also, a must be different from 0. If a is 0, the variable will be eliminated, so the equation fails. And also, there is a big restrictions, the expression ax plus b must be greater than or equal to 0. As we said last time, the radicand must be positive or 0. It cannot take a negative value. So the number or the expression written under the radical sign must be positive or 0. So if any equation that satisfies this condition is considered as a square root equation or an equation that involves square root. Now let us go to how to solve simple square root equations. Let us consider example. Okay, let us solve these equations together. A, we are given to solve the equation that the square root of 2x is equal to 6. Before we go to the solution part, let me remember you one thing. There is no difference between the expression, this one, the square root of x squared, or these two expressions are similar. there is no difference between these two expressions. The first thing to remember. Second one, the square root of x square means this square can be cancelled out by the square root of, so the result will be x. So when we solve the square root equations, remember these 2 points always. So now let's back to the solution part. So to solve the square root equation that the square root of 2x is equal to 6, we are going to square both sides of the equations. That means when we take the square of this one and the square of this one. So this square cancel out by the square root. So what is left? 2x is left. And 6 square means 36. So when we divide both sides of the equation by 2, 2 is cancelled out by 2. What's left? X is left. So by 2 is 18. By 2, 1 over 18 means it is 18. So the solution for the equation, the square root of 2x is equal to is 18. So we can solve an equation that involves square root with this manner. Let us continue. B, we are given the equation, the square root of x minus 2 is equal to 1. So again, now to solve this square root equation, we are going to take the square of the equation on both sides. So when we take this equation, this side square, and also we square this side. So the square root of this square again cancel out by the square root of what is left? X minus 2 is left. And 1 square means is 1. So this is simply a linear equation. So when we transfer this number to the left side, so x is equal to 1 plus 2. So x is equal to 3. So the answer for the square root equation, the square root of x minus 2 is equal to 1 is x is equal to 3.
3.
And C, the square root of 3 minus x is equal to 3. So again, when we take the square on both sides, square. So this is square cancel out by this square root. So what's left? 3 minus x, which is equal to 3 square is 9. So minus x is equal to 9. When we transfer this number to this side, it will be minus 3. So minus x is equal to 6. But the answer cannot be written as this form. So when we divide by both sides by minus 1, this cancel out by this one. So x is equal to positive over negative, it's negative, so negative 6. So simply we can solve any equation that involve square root expressions like this. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Let me give you an activity. Okay, try these questions. Let me give you some minutes.
Mr. Bile 001 Namila.
0.1. Okay, as a review, just continue your work. Let me add some other questions and we finalize our discussion about square numbers and square roots. Let me add. Just continue your work.
Okay. ሚስተር ወደ መጀመሪያው ጥያቄ ስክሮል ወደ ታች አድርጋ እንዴ።
አልታያችሁም? ኦኬ እሺ። Let me finish once. Okay. Just try these all questions as a review exercise to finalize our discussion about squares and square roots. Just try all the questions and we will do together. If you have any question, just you can ask. Yes? Down scroll አድርገው
የመጨረሻውን ጥያቄ አራተኛው
ይሄው
number 4
ይሄው if the square of 3.15 is equal to 9.9225, then what is the value of the square of 31.5? Question number 3. ይሄው እሺ
ሚስተር ሶስተኛው ኤ ላይ ስንት ዜሮ ነው ያለው? ኦቨር ከተባለ በኋላ
the square root of 0.04 over 0.0001 so 0 ከዴሲማል ዲጂት በኋላ so 0
የሶስተኛው ዲ ሚስተር
ሶስተኛው ዲ እሺ ያው እነዚህን ጥያቄዎች ሞክራችሁ ማለት አትሊስት ስኩዌር ሩት እና ስኩዌር ነምበር ላይ አሪፍ አንደርስታንዲንግ አላችሁ ማለት ነው። ያ ትምህርት ስንጀምር ምንም የሚከብዳችሁ ነገር የለም ማለት ነው። ያላችሁ ሁሉ ጥያቄዎች
አራተኛው
ነው ያዛችሁ ሁሉንም ጥያቄዎች ከመጀመሪያው አንድ ባንድ እየሰራን ነው ወይስ ከመጀመሪያው አንድ ባንድ እየሰራን ነው?
አዎ
ኦኬ
እሺ
Okay, who can try this one? ማን የሞከረው ይሄን መልሱ የሚነግረኝ?
ቢናል ሰር
Yes.
X is equals to 5.
X is equal to 5. This is very simple. Yes. Once, if you understand the examples above, it's very simple to calculate such type of equations. So when we take both sides by the square, when you take the square of both sides, this square cancel out by this one. So 3x plus 1 is left. This one is just 16. So when we transfer this number to the right side, it will be minus, so which is equal to 15 over 3
minus
over 3
5
is equal to 5.
5
Okay, the next one B.
X is equals to 1 over 50.
1 over
50.
X is equals to
50 or 15.
0.002.
Yeah, what the decimal ስትለውጡት ያው the same answer. Yeah,
1 over 2
not 1 over 2.
ይመጣ
1 over 2.
1 over 50.
Okay, let us do together. ይሄንም square now. So this will cancel out by this one. So what is left? 1 over 2x. when you calculate such type of expression involving decimal numbers, you can change the decimal into fraction to make simple with the fraction መለወጥ ትችላላችሁ። So 1 over 0.1 ማለት 1 over 10 ማለት ነው. So square ስናደርገው it will be 1 over 100 ማለት ነው.
100.
So times 2 ስናደርግ 2 በ2 cancel out ይሆናል. ማን ይቀራል? x ይቀራል. So this one is 22 over 100 ይሆናል። ወደ ዴሲማል ከፈለጋችሁ ስትለውጡት is very simple 0.02 ይሆናል ማለት ነው። 1 over 50 ማለት ትችላላችሁ፣ ማቀላለልም ትችላላችሁ possible. Okay, see the square root of 1 plus the square root of x minus 2 square which is equal to 4.
4.
የዚህ መልስ ስንት መጣላችሁ? ያመጣ የለም? the same ነው። once አሰራሩ ከገባችሁ we take the square of both side ይሄንም ስኩዌር እናደርጋለን ይሄንም ስኩዌር ይሄኛው ስኩዌር the outer square root ያጠፋዋል ይሄን አይነካውም inside ያለው so what is left 1 plus the square root of x minus 2 square is left which is equal to 16. So when you transfer this number to this side it will be the square root of x minus 2 square which is equal to 15. Again we can take the square of both sides. So a square. No, sorry. Okay, so when we transfer this number to this side, it will be the square root of x minus 2 square is equal to 15.
Square
So,
square.
Yes?
Square square neta. Square root neta.
Yeah, this is cancelled out by this one. So what's left? X minus 2. X minus 2 is equal to 50. So
15
x is equal to
2.
50.
x is equal to
15 plus 2.
13.
15 plus 2.
Yeah, 17.
15 plus 2.
yes, it will be 17. Okay. Now let us go to the review exercise. Before that, any question አላችሁ እዚህ ላይ? Absolute square root equation ሆኖ okay equation ሆኖ ሁለተኛው የትኛው? b ነው ሁለተኛው? የቢ ነው የሁለተኛው ነው?
የቢ
ይሄኛውን ያልገባሽ ነገር አለ እዚህ ላይ?
የለም።
Okay. Now review exercise ጋር እንሂድ። Okay, review exercise የአንደኛውን የሰራ እስቲ መልስ መጀመሪያ ይንገረን። ይሄ ተሰጥቶናል 13 is equal to 13w over 1 minus w ተሰጥቶናል። ይሄ given condition ነው የተጠየቅነው። what is the value of 2w square ነው የተጠየቅነው።
ስኩዌር
so እስቲ መጀመሪያ የሞከረ ስንት ይመጣል? If you remember last times we did such a type of examples. ባለፈው ልክ እንደዛ አይነት ጥያቄ ሰርተናል። Okay, let us do together.
Okay.
If you have a given condition, always start with a given condition. So we are a given condition, this one, 13 is equal to 13w over 1 minus w. When we crisscross this expression, we will get 13 into 1 minus w is equal to 13w. When we crisscross this expression above the given condition. So 13 times 1 is 13 minus 13 times w is 13w is equal to 13w. So we shift this expression to the left side, we will get 13 is equal to, the minus sign will be plus, so it is added with 13w, so it will be 26w. So over 26 over 26. So this is cancel out. So w is equal to by 13 1 by 13 1 over 2. So we get already the value of w. So it is very simple to get the value of 2w squared. So in the place of w, we substitute 1 over 2. So 2 times 1 over 2 square. So 2 is cancelled out by 2. So what's left? 1. So 1 square is equal to 1. So the value of 2w square is 1. Any question on this?
Yes, Mr.
ጥያቄ አላችሁ?
አዎ
እሺ
ብራኬት 1 minus w እኩል ይሆናል 13 የሚለው 13 w የሚለው
የመጀመሪያው ስቴፕ ነው?
አዎ
ያው መጀመሪያ 13 is equal to 13w over 1 minus w የሚል given condition ተሰጥቶናል አይደል?
አዎ
So 13 እና 13 over 1 ማለት ዲፈረንስ የለውም ያው የሪትን ፎርም ካልሆነ so ይሄንን ኤክስፕሬሽን ክሪስክሮስ አድርገው ክሪስክሮስ ተታረገው 13 times 1 13 ይመጣል 13 times w 13w ይመጣል 1 times 13w 13w ይመጣል yes so ስንሰራው አይመጣም ይሄንን ወደዚህ ሽፍት ታረገው ወደ ራይት ሳይድ -13w የሚለው ፕላስ ይሆናል so 26w ይሆናል
ስለዚህ እንዳለ ነው ሚስተር 1 minus w እንዳለ ከ13 ጋር ይባዛል
1 አሃ እቺኛዋን ስናባዛ ነው እቺ 13 times 1 13 ይመጣል 13 times w 13w ይመጣል እንዳለ ከ13 ጋር ይባዛል
አዎ
እንዳለ ባይኖሚያል ተርም ገና እናንተ አልተማራችሁትም አሁን ግሬድ 8 ላይ ያለ ዲቴል እንማራለን ያን 13 ሁለት 1ንም ያበዛል wንም ያበዛል ገብታችኋል? እሺ የታስቆጥ ነምበር 2 ሲምፕሊፋይ አድርጎ የተባለው ኦኬ አንዳንዴ ሲምፕሊፋይ ስናደርግ ፕሮፐርቲዎችን መጠቀም ምን ስራውን ስራ ቬሪ ሲምፕል ያደርግልናል ባለፈው ምን ብለናል ባይ ፕሮፐርቲ a square over b square means a over b square ማለት ነው ብለናል so ይሄንን ፕሮፐርቲ አፕላይ አድርገን ሲምፕሊ ይሄንን ኢኩዌሽን ሶልቭ ማድረግ ይቻላል so let us apply the property so by this property this is equal to 0.12 over 0.01 the whole square so now let's convert the decimal into fraction ለምንድነው ወደ ፍራክሽን መለወጠው ለማጣፋት ብዙ ጊዜ ስለሚመች ወደ ፍራክሽን መለወጡ advantages so the fractional form of 0.12 means it is already 12 over 100 over the fractional form of 0.01 means 1 over 100 the whole square so now this one cancel out by this one remember there is a property a over b the whole over c over d means what a over b times d over c. If you apply this property on this expression, 100 by cancel out by 100. So what is the remaining?
Mister?
Yes?
Mister, 1 over 100 ለምንድን ነው ዘጋረከው?
እዚህ ጋር ያረኩት? እዚህ ጋር ነው? 0.12 ወደ ፍራክሽን ስለውጠው 12 over 100 ይመጣል። አይደለ? 0.01 ደግሞ ወደ ፍራክሽን ስለውጠው 1 over 100 ይመጣል አይመጣም
1 over 100 ይመጣል
okay so 100 cancel out by 100 ይሆናል so what is left 12 over 1 square ይመጣል ያው 12 over 1 ማለት ያው 12 ነው the square of 12 ደግሞ ምን ይመጣል 140 በሌላ መንገድም መስራት ይችላል ግን the simple አንዳንዴ ፕሮፐርቲ መጠቀም በሲምፕሊ መስራት ይችላል አንዳንድ ሰው ይሄን አባዝቶ እንደገና ካፍሎ ይቻላል ግን ፕሮፐርቲዎችን አፕላይ አድርገን ስንሰራ ሲምፕሊ መስራት ይችላል ጥያቄዎች is that clear number 2 okay number 3 number 3a okay again to calculate the square root of this expression the radical expression still now decimalun ወደ fraction መለወጥ አለብን ለማጣፋት እንዲመቸን ማለት ነው so እንደዚህ እንዳለ መስራት ይቻላል actually possible ነው በሁለቱም መንገድ እንስራው okay 0.02 means as a product of two identical factors እንጽፈው 0.2 times 0.2 ይሆናል Yeah, 0.2 times
0.04 አይደል እንዴ?
Yes. No. አባዙ 0.2 times 0.2 ሲደረግ ምን ይመጣል ይሄ 2 times 2 is 4 ይመጣል 2 times 0 is 0 ይመጣል 0 times 0 0 0 times 0 0 ይመጣል ዘን አድ ስናደርገው ምን ይመጣል ይሄ እንደዛ ይመጣል
ይመጣል
Yeah, so 0.001 ማለት ደግሞ ወደ ፍራክሽን ስትለውጡት 1 over 10000 ማለት ነው ወደ ዴሲማል ስትለውጡት ደግሞ 0.01 times 0.01 ይሆናል ፖሲብል በዚህ መንገድ መስራት ይችላል ከፈለጋችሁ ደግሞ እነዚህን ይሄኛውን በሁለተኛው መንገድ አሳያችኋለሁ so as a product of two same factor ከተጻፈ one of the factor ማለት የዛ ስኩዌር ነው ብለናል so ይሄ ከስኩዌር ሲወጣ 0.2 ይሆናል ይሄ ደግሞ 0.01 ይሆናል ግን ይሄ መልስ እንደዛ አይቀመጥም this is not the last simplified form ይሄን ሲምፕሊፋይ ማድረግ አለባችሁ so ሲምፕሊፋይ ለማድረግ ወደ ፍራክሽን መለወጥ አለባችሁ ማለት so 0.2 means 2 over 10 no over 0.01 means 1 over
1/100
ይሄን ሲምፕሊፋይ ስታደርጉት this means 2 over 10 times 100 over 1 ማለት ነው ቀደም የሆነ ፕሮፐርቲ ነግሬያችኋለሁ a over b the whole over c over d ከሆነ እንደዛ አይነት ኤክስፕሬሽን ጋር ገጠማችሁ ሲምፕሊፋይ ስናደርግ a over b times d over c ይመጣል so በዚህ መሰረት ይሄን ስትሰሩት እንደዚህ ይመጣል so now ምን ይመጣል ማለት ነው 200 over 10 ይመጣል 10 0 በ0 ይጣፋል which is equal to 20 ይመጣል ማለት ነው አንደኛው ወይ ነው አንደኛው ፖሲብል እንዳለ in terms of decimal calculate ማድረግ ይቻላል or the other option ደግሞ ምን ማድረግ እንችላለን or it's certain the square root of 0.04 over 0.0001 አይደለ ይሄን እንዳለ ወደ ፍራክሽን መለወጥ 0.0404 ማለት 4 over 100 ማለት ነው the whole over 0.0001 ማለት ደግሞ 1 over
1000
not 1000 10000 4 zeros yes እንደዚህ ማድረጋችሁ መስራት ይችላልላችሁ so which is equal to ይሄ ደግሞ ቅድም በሰራነው ፕሮፐርቲ 4 over 100 times 10000 over 1 ይመጣል so the 2 zero cancel out by 2 the 0 so 4 times 100 ምን ይመጣል which is 400 ማለት it's a perfect square number no it can be as written as 20 times 20 so ከስኩዌር ሩት ሲወጣ 20 ይሆናል ማለት so በሁለቱም መንገድ ብንሰራው መልሱ ዲፈረንስ አያመጣም እናንተ በገባችሁ መንገድ አንደርስታንድ ባረጋችሁት መንገድ መስራት ትችላላችሁ any question on this ጥያቄ ያለው እዚህ ላይ
አይ
ገብታችኋል
የለ
እሺ okay next time እንደ ሆምወርክ ያዙት B C D E እና 4ን እንደ ሆምወርክ ያዙትና next time አብረን እንሰራለን
እሺ
ቻው
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 ባይ Bye, Mr.
Dos.
Mister.
Sorry, a little bit.